looks like I got Brent in the corner. It like came on and you're just like twisted. Some Saw shit.
There's a new Saw movie coming out.
It won't stop.
It won't stop.
I watched The Grudge the other day, and that movie does not hold up.
I watched a pretty good horror movie pretty recently. It's called Cobweb. I think it's on Hulu.
What's it about?
It's about this kid who like thinks he hears like knocking in the walls at night, and like he kills his parents, but they think he's crazy. And I won't tell you any more than that, but it's like a horror movie. But shit gets off the rails. It's from the same producers as like Barbarian and stuff.
Oh, okay. So it's decent. It's a good movie.
It's pretty solid. I mean, it's not, you know, like usually I watch a horror movie and I'm either like, that was a good movie or that fucking sucked. You know what I mean? And it was on the, that was a good movie side of things. So.
Okay. That's good. Yeah. I'm down for that.
It wasn't like Hereditary or anything, but it was still really solid for a horror movie. You know?
Nothing's gonna be Hereditary.
Yeah,
I think like
that's like on a different pedestal to me.
It's like
you know?
art. No, just kidding.
It really is though.
It's like the Matrix in
close,
horror film.
I was gonna say it's as close to art as a horror movie can be. You know what I mean? Honestly, all movies are art. Even like B tier shitty movies to me. Like making a movie is a form of art.
It is definitely
a
form of art. I think Hereditary has world building. Like there's something about it that just feels like
it's a fucking Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
In the art.
Yeah, like and not I don't think everybody likes it, but I think those who enjoy things like The Matrix or Alien or like things like that where it has like a I don't know, just a lot of thought put into it.
Yeah.
I think some people love just trashy B horror, and I do too sometimes.
I can appreciate both.
Yeah.
But like, you know.
But if you're talking about just like how much you can get out of a film, like, oh, dude, Hereditary all the way.
Absolutely.
It's like you can watch it 4 times and still not get everything. But anyways,
there's also like masterclass B horror films too, like that movie X. You know what I mean? Like it is.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's pretty solid, dude. It's totally just a B fucking slasher film. It's so stupid, but in the best way possible. Like it's made to be that way. You know, like you can tell they knew what they were doing. It's
What's
got
that
fucking
about?
Kid Cudi in it. It's about these like.
Oh, you told me about
this.
this.
These like people in the like 90s or something, and they're like go to this old farm to like make a porno, and they like are renting it from these old people, and then the old people end up being like crazy. It's a good movie. It's definitely worth watching.
Day and night. No.
Day and night.
Did he make the song for the movie?
I don't think so, but he actually did a pretty good job acting. Like you know,
I could believe it. He seems like he'd be good at it.
Yeah, I didn't know it was him until like I was watching the credits, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's pretty
Kid
cool.
Cudi.
But yeah, we're gonna get into the episode here. So, in 3, 2, 1, yo, and hello, and welcome to GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube, so you can see us in stunning HD. Where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast, Facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast, and on YouTube if you want to catch this show as it happens before anyone else. Be sure to go ahead and join our ever-growing community in the GameSpeak Podcast Discord at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games, battle and catch Pokemon, get show updates, find friends to play games with, and so much more. This show is 3 BFFs bringing you the hottest video game news of the week. I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Al-Jafra, alongside Brent Bass. Brent Bass. Yeah, Devin is not coming today. He's staying late at work, you know, just building up that.
Got his nose to the grindstone, as they say, you know.
Yeah, that sounds painful.
Is that what they say?
I think that's what it is. Is that? It sounds like torture. I mean, like putting your nose on a grindstone would literally grind your nose off.
No, you'd end up like.
Be like a live leak video.
Yeah, that'd be horrible.
Anyways, hopefully he's not doing that. So, but anyways, what's been up, Brent?
Chilling, man. Just hanging out. Let's see. I've been working a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking my mom to the casino this week. That's gonna be fun.
Nice.
Not really much of anything though, man. You know, just trying to save up the money. And playing hella video games. I've been writing. Doing some writing.
The writing's been going down.
It's been consuming me.
I feel like that's one of those things. we definitely gotta bring up more later. I feel like it might jinx us to talk about it on the
No,
podcast.
yeah. I definitely don't want to elaborate, but I've just
Yeah.
been,
But Bert's
doing some
been
projects.
putting his fingers to the grindstone. I don't know what the.
We're not putting anything to the grindstone.
We're putting everything to the grindstone.
Next episode, we just have a grindstone between us.
Who's going to the grindstone? Yeah, that's Yeah, so you've been writing. You said you're saving. What are you saving for? What are you doing over there? What do you?
The casino. Trip
Oh,
with my
okay.
mom. I have a coupon though that I won.
A Groupon.
I think I told you guys about how I won that slot machine tournament a while back or whatever. Well, my reward for winning that was a $300 gift certificate to the Big Sky Steakhouse.
Ooh.
So me and my mom are gonna go fucking ball out at the Big Sky Steakhouse and fucking play some blackjack and stuff.
Get so much steak.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I probably won't, maybe like a nice bottle of wine or something. We just get like $300 worth of steak.
$300 worth of steak.
It might not actually be that much steak now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
I don't
in this
know how
economy, that's like
steaks
4
are
steaks.
Expensive these days. Yeah.
It's like 4 steaks.
Yeah.
4 steak dinners.
Still way more steak dinners than me and my mom need.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped.
Dude, I bet. Yeah, I don't remember. You said something else, and I was gonna ask you something about it, but I completely forgot. You were talking about saving money, working, writing, and then I don't know. I went to Houston today. I went to Phoenicia's, which is like this
Bye, Phoenicia.
Bye, Phoenicia? No, it's like
what is it?
It's like a Mediterranean grocery store, kind of like you.
Ooh.
But
they have like tzatziki sauce and shit you could buy.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I didn't look for tzatziki sauce. Like, you know how we used to go to that place when I was a kid called Drewby's in Houston, where we got the Arabic Lion King.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like that, but like way fancier and more modern and,
cool.
and like bigger. And they have like a restaurant inside and all this stuff. And but dude, you can go in there, you can get so much good shit. Like if you like pita bread and hummus, they have like all the different hummuses. Like it's like whenever you go to the deli at like HEB or something, and they have all the stuff behind the glass, and then like I want a bunch of that, and then they'll just like plop it into something and give it to you. So they got all that stuff. Just
I fucking love hummus.
Oh yeah,
bro.
kebabs, dude. They got everything. It's great.
Sounds amazing.
It's in my blood. But
where's this at?
In Houston? Yeah. They have like 3 different ones in Houston, I think.
There's like an Asian one my girlfriend likes to go to that has like bulgogi and shit at it.
That's in Spring, right? The one that's like
so.
right there by the game preserve.
It's called H Mart or something like that.
I think I've been to that one.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty neat, yeah.
I like buying like foreign candies and stuff.
Me too.
It's always fun.
Me too.
Like
There's
treats.
a place in the Woodlands Mall that has like different. It's like a candy store, and like in the back of the store, there's like different like countries represented in candy.
Oh
like,
yeah, dude.
They have different they have like Japanese Kit Kat bars and shit. It's great.
That candy store is so fancy.
It's really
nice.
nice.
It's so
yeah.
expensive though.
It is expensive.
It's redonkulous.
But you can cheat the system at that candy store. If you get one of those like jars they have, like they have one that's like a skull jar or whatever, and the volume of gummies you can smash into that fucking thing is just well exceeds the fucking. It's like fill it up for $10 or something like that. You can get way more than $10 worth of gummies in that bitch if you're willing to like push them down into this like amalgamation of gummies that like compress into like a skull shape.
I feel like gummies are the best. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if I'm alone on that, but I love anything gummy. Like I like Gushers, I like gummy worms, I like gummy bears.
Yeah.
I like fucking gummy octopuses, whatever the fuck they got. If it's gummy, I'm eating it, dude.
Yeah.
And it's always the best. Like
you know what I don't like?
What's that?
Vegan gummies.
I've never done that, and I never will.
They're like they have a weird texture to them.
Yeah, because they don't use gelatin. Like, because jelly or like gelatin that they use in gummy stuff comes from like fucking like I think it's like the bones or something.
That's fucking
animals.
Disgusting.
It's intense, dude. Hold on, we got to look this up because or it might come from like the hoofs or something.
Oh God, I don't even want to know.
Where
I'd like to continue enjoying gummies.
The gelatin in gummies
Oh no, I don't want to know, dude. Hold up. What is
come from? Okay.
It's gonna be like sheep dick or something.
Sheep cock, dude. No. A very common ingredient in gummies and jellies is gelatin. It's extracted from the collagen in animal skin and bone and gives gummy bears a delightfully bouncy texture.
Delightful.
Yeah,
The
delightfully bouncy.
Ew.
You know,
That's so grody.
pig skin, dead wasps, and bee vomit. What's really in that candy?
What?
Yep, that's
Is that
an
where they
article.
get the collagen from?
I do not the collagen.
A bee vomit? Isn't that just honey?
No, it says shellac comes from the lock bug or lac bug. It says another common ingredient in confectionery such as hard candies is shellac, also known as confectioner's glaze. It's the same shellac that gives furniture and nail polish that nice shiny finish. And we have the lac bug to thank for this versatile material used to coat everything from pills to jelly beans.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it comes from a bug. And then we got natural dye comes from insects, naturally. And then
Wow.
fig Newtons are full of wasps. So if you like fig Newtons,
They're full of wasps?
says it's a surprising fact that delights the entomophagist and author of Edible and Adventure into the blah, blah, blah. It says any candy or treat that includes figs is essentially laced with wasps. Every fig essentially has a female wasp inside of it that the fig itself has eaten.
What?
Female wasps have to crawl inside the fig and to lay their eggs there, and then it's basically this symbiotic relationship. In other words, any fig Newton you eat could be made up of what Martin calls hundreds and hundreds of tiny wasps, not to mention all the bug parts ground up during the normal factory process.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the candy's great, dude. And then
I never liked fig Newtons, man.
No.
I never liked figs in general, bro. Fuck a fig.
I like the strawberry fig Newtons, though.
That can't be real. That's fucking real?
That's real, dude.
Jesus.
Also, honey is bee vomit.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that.
We just like to, like, I wonder who the first
cool
person.
with that. I've made peace with the bee vomit thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it makes you wonder, like, who, like, back in the day was just like, yo, I'm going to eat this shit right here. And it's like, dude, that bee just fucking
Well, honey's kind of
shit out its
beautiful. I
mouth.
can see why somebody would eat honey.
That's true.
You know what
and
I
I
mean?
guess you don't really see where it comes
smells
from.
good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It's not like you see them like,
Yeah.
It kind of looks like
You'd
they're
have
just,
to have, be like in a microscope.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
they didn't have that shit back then. They would have ate it. But like, it's like fucking. But the wasp thing, like figs, they had to have known that because figs go back way back. Like I'm
Yeah.
talking like,
Way the fuck.
yeah, like Egypt and shit. They were
Yeah.
just eating
People
some
been
figs.
eating
Yeah,
fig.
yeah, those are the ways, dude.
That's crazy, dude.
But I do like Fig Newton, the brand, like because they make like the same thing, but instead of figs, it has strawberry like whatever preserves in
You
it.
talking about like Nutri-Grain bars?
No. It's literally Fig Newton, the brand. Like they have the cookie, the Fig Newtons, like the little
They
bread.
got strawberry ones?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I might fuck with
Yeah,
that.
that's good because there's
Doesn't
no
have any
figs
wasps
involved.
in it, you know?
Nah, dude, just fucking stabbed beetles. Like they just
Wait.
slit throat beetles. Or like they. Why is candy so metal, dude?
I don't know,
It's like
dude. Dang.
crushed wasps and the fucking bee vomit, like just animal hoofs.
Man, anyways, how did we get on this subject?
I don't know. We were talking about you going to the candy store, but anyways, yeah. So ate at this place called Aladdin's. Not racist one bit, but in Houston. Hey, it can't be. I'm Middle Eastern. I can say it, but it was literally called Aladdin's, and it was like you go in.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Was it like Middle Eastern food? Like,
Yeah, it was like Mediterranean food. You go in and they had like some curry and so like they had some like Eastern like chicken curry, but then they also
Yum.
had like baked chicken like with amazing spices and shit, and then
oh,
like
nice.
pitas and hummus and oh yeah, so good.
That sounds really good.
Now I'm hungry, but yeah, did that. That was fun. Definitely want to go. I want to go to the Renaissance Festival some point this year.
Yeah, we
Would
need
be
to
nice.
go up there whenever Devin's going up there.
Yeah, what? I can't remember what day, and he's not here to tell us.
No,
Damn you,
I can't
Devin.
remember.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, we'll text him. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get into currently playing. What have you been
Ah.
playing?
Well, I've been swinging around on the old Spider-Man 2, doing the thing.
How's that feel?
It's really good. I definitely think it's way better than the first one and Miles Morales, It's basically
Really? It's better than both of them?
It's pretty much both of them put together.
Oh, okay.
With a little crack sprinkled into it. It's really good.
Where's the crack come in?
The crack is the Venom. I don't know.
Okay.
You put Venom in any game, then it's just like I'm with it. Venom in general, I'm just waiting for the modern Spider-Man Venom collabo. Like we haven't had Venom in a movie, like a live-action movie, since fucking
Tom Hardy.
No, but he hasn't fought with Spider-Man. That doesn't count.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? It's like its own thing over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is, and he's a good guy.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. Honestly, the story is so interesting because it's like your familiar Spider-Man stories, but like they have their own little Insomniac twist on it. You know what I mean? And I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who might play it, but I will say the story is fantastic. Like it keeps me on my toes, and all the side quests feel really meaningful and like impactful. Even the short, stupid ones. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice.
It's like really good, as far as just like sandbox superhero games go. It's probably the best one ever made. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Like it's right up there with Arkham City or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's really really fucking good.
That's cool. That's good to hear.
But yeah, playing that. I'm not done with it by any means. I still got a little bit of the way to go, so it might end up sucking really bad at the end, and I might change my opinion or something. But the wingsuit's a lot of fun. You get a wingsuit in this one. You can like fly through the city, which like I saw the gameplay footage of, and I'm like, that kind of looks lame. But like actually doing it in the game is a lot of fucking fun.
Feels good.
It's really fun. Yeah. The way you can like transition between swinging and gliding and just falling with style, it's fucking really, really cool.
Did you turn off or did you turn on fall damage?
Oh, you have to turn it on?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't turn it on.
Or I can't remember if you can turn it off or you have to turn it on. One way or the other, but yeah, fall damage is in the game if you want it to be.
That's cool. I've fallen from some pretty high heights and haven't taken any damage, but
then you don't have it turned on because yeah, it's pretty brutal looking too. Like the ground just like cracks and explodes. Like if you fall from a high spot and then you're just like all ragdolled out. It's pretty tight.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. They put a lot of detail into the city, and there's like the graphics are stupid good. Like first of all, there's no fucking 1440p mode in the game at all. Like there's a 60 frames per second mode that's upscaled to 4K, and then there's like a 30 frames per second mode that's 4K, but it's all 4K. So like if you're on a 4K TV, you don't have to deal with some like fuzzy bullshit if you choose to do the 60 frames per second mode. Really, like the only like difference between the fucking 30 frames per second mode and the 60 frames per second mode is like they didn't do some of the ray tracing effects for the 60 frames per second mode, but it still got like ray traced ambient occlusion and fucking like reflections and shit. And like I think the hair like effects are better on the fucking 30 frames per second mode, but really it looks amazing. Like it's one of the better looking like 60 frames per second modes on a fucking modern console game I've played. Like I don't know, it's really impressive what they did with it.
Yeah, I heard the fast travel's really cool.
Oh yeah, it's stupid fast.
Like
although like there's like no loading screens in the game at all. You just like turn it on and you're just instantly in the fucking game. Like
that's badass.
It's really cool.
That's that SSD, baby.
Yeah. Anyways, what have you been playing?
So I tried, or I started up that, what is that game called? Oh my gosh. It's the JRPG, something Skies. What is it called? Or, oh my goodness. Sea of Stars.
Sea of Stars, yeah.
Yeah, I started that up. Didn't really get drawn in very quickly or anything.
Yeah,
I was like,
same here.
It's like,
it didn't really pull me in. The graphics are really pretty, but
yeah, but it was like I'm not gonna do this.
Yeah.
I just kind of like backed out of it, and then after a little bit, and then I played a lot of the Warzone is doing their like zombie thing right now, so that's really fun. Having like basically you land in, and you know, if you get killed, you turn into a zombie, and if you can pick up like 4 vials, which you get from killing live people, then you can turn back into a human and drop back in. Or if you can assassinate somebody as a zombie, you immediately drop back in as a human, and then but yeah, you try to be the last human team alive, or at least one person from your team is still human.
That's really fun.
It's pretty fun. No, so I've been playing a bit of that, and then I can't remember. I tried something else. Oh, I downloaded the Ace Attorney games. They're on on Game Pass.
Those are always fun.
Yeah, I haven't started it though. I downloaded it today, so I haven't been playing too much. I've been working and doing stuff. So also I feel like we're kind of in a drought. Well, you're not because you got a PS5, but us.
There's that new Super Mario Wonder game that just came out that I
That's what I was going to talk about.
I really want to get my hands on it, but I'm just too broke because I want to buy that and I want to buy UFC 5, which is about to come out, but I just can't afford either right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm gonna get Wonder on like my next paycheck because
fuck yeah,
Brittany and I are gonna play through it.
Oh, y'all ought to hit a boy up. I'll come play with you. I think it's up to fucking.
It's 4.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
Maybe even more.
Yeah, the online play is not legit. Like you can't play like online with people. It's like you see them as like a ghost. It's kind of dumb.
Yeah, that's lame.
Yeah. I don't know why they did that, but I guess it's because Nintendo's online infrastructure sucks and they know it. You can't really play like a precision jumping, platformer with, online on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks really fun. I'm definitely gonna play that and have some info on it the next time we record, hopefully.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get into the video game news. Just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web. We do not claim any of these articles as our own. We are simply giving commentary on said articles. Anyways, let's jump into the big news. Let's see what we got here. Do we got anything big? Nothing really
I
big.
honestly forgot to get fucking news, because I'm kind of scrolling through it right now, looking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I want one of these Spider-Man PS5s, bro. I know I already have a PS5, but damn, that bitch is sweet. I wish I could just buy the faceplates and stick them on my PS5.
Oh, yeah. Here, I think this is probably one of the bigger things. Like, people are kind of like, what? But Alan Wake 2's recommended requirements on PC are finally here, and it looks like fans may want to upgrade their GPU.
I seen that. I'm glad I upgraded my GPU.
It says the newly revealed PC requirements suggest that players will want at least an RTX 4070 if they want to be able to enjoy Alan Wake 2 with ray tracing activated. It will also require at least 90 gigabytes of storage on an SSD hard drive for an optimal experience. Here are the recommended requirements. Recommended with no ray tracing at a resolution of 1440p, you'll need a GPU, or your GPU will need to be a RTX 3060 or a Radeon RX 6600 XT. So a 3060 is like minimum. So like a 2060, not 2060, probably a 2080. Probably what I have.
3060 would probably be like a 2070 or
2070, yeah. Like I'm barely so with this 2080 Ti, I'll probably be like right at minimum. But that doesn't even include the fact that you need the 90 gigabytes on an SSD, which I'm dumb. I don't have an SSD yet.
I'm betting they're not accounting for DLSS and stuff like that, though. Like, I bet once you, flick a few switches and turn a few knobs, you'll be able to make it work pretty good.
Well, it says this is with DLSS on balanced.
Oh, it says that?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying,
Shit.
dude. This is with DLSS.
That's one of the reasons why the 40 series is probably going to perform really well on this, because I bet it has 3.5 or DLSS, whatever the newest DLSS is with the frame generation or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wonder if it'll support AMD's new frame generation, because if that's the case...
FSR?
Yeah, FSR.
Yeah, it says FSR2. This is with FSR2 on.
Oh, no. FSR3 is what I'm talking
about.
Okay.
They
just announced a new FSR that they haven't put in anything yet, but it's supposed to have like a frame generation feature like DLSS 3. But like FSR2, you don't need an AMD card to use it. You can do it with any hardware.
Gotcha. Yeah, it says you'll need a CPU of a Ryzen 3700X or i7 10700, and then RAM is 16 gigabytes, and then storage, yeah, we've already said that. Oh, and VRAM 8 gigabytes.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, and then if you recommend it for ray tracing and resolution of 1080p, you'll need a 4070, VRAM 12 gigabytes, DLSS. This is with DLSS set to quality, and then a CPU, Ryzen 3700X. And then RAM 16 gigabytes, and then the storage 90 gigabytes SSD. In order to get all the way up to 4K 60 frames per second with ray tracing activated, Remedy recommends that users have an RTX 4080 card.
Notice that it says path tracing on, which makes this game has path tracing.
Yeah.
Which is way more intense than just standard
normal
ray
tracing.
You know what I mean? That means that every single light source in the entire game is fucking, ray traced. You know what I mean? Which in a game like Alan Wake, that's going to focus on the juxtaposition between light and dark and using light as a weapon. You know what I mean? It's going to have a lot of, like, shadow effects and fucking, like, lighting, particle effects and shit. It's going to be very demanding. I can see why, if you want full ray tracing, why you would need a modern, card.
Well, I think we're reaching that point where people with their 1080s are, like, finally going to be forced to, like, I think it's just been kind of like, you could really play anything, maybe not with like the best settings or whatever, but you could survive on a 1080, graphics card and be fine, for the past like 10 years.
Yeah.
No more. Like you're going to have to make some changes.
Well, you also have to think, I mean, the 1080 might still be able to play.
I don't think it's going to be able to even
at the
run
base
this game.
I think it might at the base settings. You know what I mean? But like, does it?
No, that was the low end specs.
Does it all have DLSS on, even on the lowest end? Oh, okay, yeah. Then I guess it might not be able to. That's a shame. Yeah. But something to think about here. Remedy. This is just Remedy. Remedy does this. Like Control, like was their last game that they put out, and that what came out like right as the 20 series cards were like being released.
Yeah.
And to use the fucking ray tracing features on Control to like max out Control, you need a fucking like 2080. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm sure that like looking at the like specs when Control dropped were probably just as kind of daunting,
Yeah.
I know my 2060 had trouble with Control and you know what I mean? Like that was.
Yeah. I think the game's gonna look good no matter what, even if you're playing on low settings. I don't think you can make this game look bad. Like some people were mentioning how Control on the PS4 looked great, and it was technically the low settings on PC on the PS4. Like it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I basically play Control at like not necessarily the lowest settings, but like a pretty low settings, so I didn't have to play at fucking DLSS, which it was kind of in its infancy at that point, and like it was given some weird texture issues in the game whenever I was turning on DLSS. So I played that game at like native resolution at like the lowest settings, like what I mean, and it still looked great. You know what I mean? It was still a really enjoyable experience. I think you're right. I think it's gonna be really. Alan Wake 2 is going to be like a sleeper hit. I think that game is going to be fucking banging, dude.
I don't know. Like,
it's interesting though because those specs that they're listing are like like just barely on par with modern consoles, like at the low end. You know what I mean? Like it'll be interesting to see how
it looks like
how
on
the
console.
modern console version looks compared to like the PC version. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it comes out in like 2 days or something.
Yeah, no, pretty soon. I think the reviews are dropping like on the 26th, which
that'd be tomorrow. No. Today's the 23rd. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it's 3 days from now, I think.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how this game does because the first one a lot of people liked, but at the same time it was a sleeper hit as well. Yeah. It didn't do like
I
crazy
personally
numbers.
love the first game. I played through it like 3 times. I really enjoy it, but I can see why people wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like a slower pace game some parts, and then the action parts are weird because the combat system is like you have to like break them down with the light and then shoot them. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's cool though. Like
I'm interested to see how that plays out in this one with like the whole not Red Dead, but Resident Evil 2 looking shit going on. So hopefully they nailed it.
It's gonna be scarier than the first one for sure. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I hope so. Let's see here. Did you find anything, or you want me
I'm
to?
still kind of looking. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I got
no, you're
carried
good.
away talking
No,
there.
I can just get them all, because if you're not seeing anything, I doubt there's going to be much more. There's not that much news this week.
Yeah.
This one I thought was pretty interesting because I keep seeing this game, that RoboCop game, Rogue City or whatever.
I played the demo for it.
Was it good?
It's okay.
Yeah. It looks pretty, but it looks like it's kind of boring. But
Kind of just a basic shooter,
mm-hmm.
which I'm not mad about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, it felt like one of those games that was fun, but it'd be more fun in VR, like High on Life or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It says the publisher of the promising RoboCop Rogue City has quietly canceled the Nintendo Switch version of the game. Switch version was announced in July 2022 alongside the PC, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5. But
speaking of Switch versions of games, have you seen the screenshots from Hogwarts Legacy?
Yeah, that's part of the news. What about it?
It actually looks way better than I thought it would, to be honest with you. Like, they did some smart, like, texture reduction like things in the map. I don't know, it looks good how they have it presented, you know.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna look like the PS1 game with
dude,
like Hagrid.
Me too. I think they were smart to basically remake a lot of the game for like the Switch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, basically the Switch version of the RoboCop game not happening. They basically just came out and said we have no plans to release it. So but speaking of Nintendo, I feel like this is some probably causing some anger online. But Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser has claimed his company doesn't have any workers' unions, in part because of high employee satisfaction, despite contrarian reports in 2022. In an interview with Inverse, Bowser was asked what role he sees unions, which are currently growing slowly but surely within the video game industry, playing at Nintendo in the future. Quote, we don't currently have unions at Nintendo of America, and part of that is driven by the employee feedback we see, which is a high degree of job satisfaction and engagement overall, Bowser said. You only have to look at our retention numbers, which are very, very high within the industry and are obviously a low turnover rate as a result. Our focus has always been on creating a culture that's inclusive, has a work-life balance, and is focused on our singular mission of bringing smiles to faces.
Somehow I believe him.
I do. I kind of want to be mocking as I'm saying this, but I'm like, yeah, I don't think you. I feel like if Nintendo. It's Nintendo. It's magical. Like everybody wants to work for Nintendo.
Real, dude.
I don't. That's like the one place where I'm like, okay, I guess you don't really need a union.
Like if you're a game developer and you wake up and go to your job at Nintendo every day, like you made it, dog.
Oh yeah,
you fucking made it.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm sure it's a great
dream,
job.
You know? Like they probably pay great. There's probably good benefits. You know.
Oh, I can only imagine.
You get to be behind the scenes on the next big fucking Mario game or whatever that comes out. Like that's dope.
That would be the worst part. Is like having like the next
like,
big Mario hold the
yeah.
secrets and like have it spoiled for you.
Oh yeah.
Like playing the same shitty level over and over again. Like until it's like, ready to ship, and then like you go to play it and you're like, I don't want to fucking play this. But but yeah, so interesting. I'm sure the internet is freaking out. I haven't really looked to see how people are responding to that. But anyways, so let's see what else we got here.
Man, I'm trying so hard to find news. Oh, did we already talk about the PS5 Slim?
Yes, last week.
We did? Okay.
Yeah.
They said, did we talk about the reported release date leak?
No, what's the release date?
Okay, hang on. Let's see. PlayStation 5's new Slim model may launch early in November. Data miner Biblicune said the new slimmed down PS5 will launch November 10th in the US. This date reportedly applies to both versions of the console. So, who knows if that's true or not, but if it is, it'll be right in time for the Christmas holiday.
Makes sense.
And it'll also be right in time for all the old PS5s to go on a fucking Black Friday sale, which is what I think is going to happen. You'll be seeing all the old school ones like marked down for a limited time while they try to like get rid of their inventory, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that'll be the first like markdown on any new console, I would think, at this
I
point.
think there was a markdown on the like Horizon bundles at some point with the PS5.
Yeah, but that's like a bundle. I just mean as like the console itself. Like if they
yeah.
marked it down like $50, just like if you buy the older one, like just
Yeah.
as the console, that'd be the first like
Yeah, I think
discounted
so.
price on them. But still, that's not even 2 weeks away. That's pretty crazy. Anyways, players who bought the physical copy of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 are having difficulty installing the game onto their PS5 consoles.
Not me.
Not Brent. It says the issue was flagged by a user in the Spider-Man 2 subreddit on Friday who reported that the game's installation after inserting the disc stops at 36%. The user said that they tried everything to keep the installation going, from disconnecting the PS5 from the internet and allowing the disc to install first, to resetting the PS5. They even tried getting another disc at GameStop with no results. The Reddit post spawned a reset era thread, which saw similar reports of users having the same issue with their Spider-Man 2 disc. They also tried everything to get the game working, including deleting and installing it 5 times, clearing the system cache, and rebuilding the database, but the installation still wouldn't progress past 36%. This is the first ever physical disc that I have received that didn't work, they said. Maybe I'm lucky, but in this case, it's not a one-off, since there's now several reports of the installation stopping at exactly 36%. Insomniac Games has not commented on the issue on its official channels, but it did advertise a link to tech support for fans having issues with the game. 3 days before Spider-Man 2 was released, Insomniac Games posted a statement on X saying that players who buy the disc version don't have to download a day one patch, but highly recommended that they download patch 1.001.002 on launch day before they start playing, so that the game's opening will be polished. So they haven't commented on this yet, but apparently some people can't get past the 36% for some reason.
That sucks.
It's a very weird, like, especially that they're going and getting different discs. Like, it's got to have something to do.
Some kind of software issue or something.
Yeah, or maybe it's like specific to their PlayStation. Like, I don't know. Like,
I mean, hardware issue. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know.
Very strange.
Yeah, mine just downloaded it right up.
You got lucky, bro.
I really did, you know?
Yeah, I would have been pissed. I just do digital now. I don't even fuck with discs anymore.
Sometimes I like, you know, if I know I'm going to like complete the whole game and like just 100% it within the next month or so, I'll buy like the fucking physical version so I can trade it back towards a different game for like, you know, save a little money on my next thing that I'm going to buy, you know what I mean?
That's smart. I don't believe in smart. Let me see what else we got here. But on the good side of Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 2 has enjoyed huge sales success, becoming the fastest-selling PlayStation Studios game over a single-day period.
Hey.
Insomniac's PlayStation 5 exclusive sold through more than 2.5 million copies in 24 hours, Sony revealed. That figure includes pre-order sales of individual units and units bundled with PS5. So that's cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. But it's to be expected with Spider-Man, I feel like. That's like, I think Spider-Man...
Ragnarok was a pretty big hit when it came out, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, for sure. But Spider-Man, I feel like, is Spider-Man.
Was this just the PS5 sales, or is this like all like PlayStation exclusives of all time?
I think it's any Sony Studios like published.
Because like is the first Spider-Man in the running competitively here? You know what I mean?
Yes,
it is.
I think so.
Like just even the PS4 version. Because if this is all just PS5 metrics, then it's less impressive because more people will just have a PS5 now. You know what I mean?
It says the fastest selling PlayStation Studios game.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that is impressive.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of great PlayStation Studios games that were really hyped up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that it's outsold God of War in the first day is really impressive.
Wait, it says it remains to be seen whether Spider-Man 2 can beat God of War Ragnarok's debut week sales tally of 5.1 million copies. Okay, that.
It's definitely going to beat the week
yeah.
sales.
If it's already
beating the day one, which was 2 point something million, like, and that's just day one, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Also, like, the God of War is big, my Spider-Man's bigger, dude. Like you're selling to everybody.
I was about to say, well, the thing is, like, it's the M rating on God of War that keeps
too.
it from being.
There's a couple things.
Yeah.
It's one, it's rated M. Two, it's not a multimedia, thing where like somebody who doesn't play video games is going to know about, Kratos and God of War.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man, you could have never touched a video game console in your life.
You know who Spider-Man
But you know who Spider-Man is, and that might even make you buy a console just because you're like, oh, love Spider. Especially right now with the way superhero culture is. Like everybody wants superhero shit at all times. Like it's like Marvel movies, Marvel games, Marvel fucking apps on their phone, everything. Marvel's fucking insane. Like, I love it, though.
I will say this, in such an oversaturated, like, superhero world that we live in, Spider-Man feels like it's been handled with care. You know, like, I feel like a lot of times there's just so much shit these days that they just slop shit together, and they're like, here's the next pile of shit for you, you know what I mean?
I think that's because Sony still owns a part, or, like, still has control.
They're signing off on it. Yeah, they want to make sure it's good.
If it was up to, like, Bob Iger and everybody over at Marvel, they'd just be like, yeah, put out, the same movie again, but like, with Spider-Man in it. Like, we're going to sell billions. But, anyways,
I'm glad it's selling so well, though, because I really would love a third Spider-Man game. You know what I mean? Like, you just keep them coming, man. Just keep them coming. Keep Insomniac making superhero games, man. That's what they need to be doing. Just make hella dope superhero games.
Well, speaking of which, I guess we should jump into this article. Spider-Man 2 developer Insomniac Games isn't against making a Venom spinoff if fans want it. Speaking to Insider, senior narrative director John Paquette said the team isn't ready to think about the next game just yet, given Spider-Man 2 only launched on October 20th, but we'll wait and see how fans react to the sequel first. So here's what we're doing.
That's exactly what I'm saying a minute ago. They're like, he's saying that because, like, they don't even know if they're going to make a sequel because, like, they got to see if this fucking makes some money. Yeah.
Yeah. Which it obviously did.
Yeah.
So it says, we're focused on Spider-Man 2, and what we're going to do is we're going to wait to see how fans react. Packett said when asked about the potential Venom game, we're going to listen to the fans, and we're going to vote, or we're going to ask ourselves, okay, what do the fans really want? We'll kind of talk about stuff after we've all had time to sleep and take vacations. So that'd be interesting if instead of doing a sequel, they just put out Venom. Like just the first Venom game, and then, like, I think that'd be pretty interesting. And make it rated M.
Yeah.
Make it brutal as fuck.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I think, isn't the Wolverine game supposed to be rated M?
Yeah, or I would assume so, but it's not coming from them. It's coming from
it is coming from them.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Nah, hold on. I mean, it would make sense if they were, but Wolverine Sony game. Let's see who's making it. It is Insomniac, yeah.
I think it's going to be tight. It'll be neat to see Insomniac do something that's not like swinging around, flying through the city. You know what I mean? Like, Wolverine's going to have a whole different, like, layout of the level. You know what I mean? Because he's not going to be, like, up in the skyscrapers and shit,
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see him do something different.
Nice. Yeah, and it says that they're aiming for a rated M rating on that. So
honestly, I think Wolverine will be more like Ratchet and Clank than it'll be like fucking Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
As crazy as that sounds, I think the gameplay will be more of like a God of War, Ratchet and Clank type fucking thing.
They just need to go all like modern day God of War with it.
Yeah.
It'll be beautiful. Like, I mean, no matter what, it's gonna be beautiful. It's Insomniac, so
I'm with you on that though. Do like that modern day old school God of War. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like how the old Wolverine game was based off of the old God of War.
Yeah.
Do this one completely based off of the new God of War.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah. Let's see. But now that we're talking about cells and everything, I guess we should talk about where is it? Very, very, very interesting. So, to all the people that were saying Game Pass can't work, Starfield managed to hold off Mortal Kombat 1 to be the best-selling game of September 2023 in the U.S., according to new numbers from Circana. It may not be too surprising that the big new title from Bethesda was popular, but the sales numbers are still pretty impressive, considering Starfield debuted day one on Game Pass. Obviously, that means that there's a whole swath of people playing Starfield on Game Pass that aren't factored into these sales numbers. So Starfield debuted officially on the 6th, followed by Mortal Kombat 1 on the 19th. And it says, after Starfield and Mortal Kombat 1, the EA again, blah, blah, blah. They sold, so yeah, they're the highest selling for the month of September, which is strange, though, because this list doesn't show, what was the Sony game that came out last month?
The Sony game that came out.
There was another big game that came out last month that wasn't Starfield. What was it?
It was a Sony game?
Might not be Sony. I just assumed Sony because it was a big game.
Last month.
I feel like there's
Starfield. Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, Baldur's Gate. It's not on this list, which makes no sense. So, like, I'm like, are they not factoring Baldur's Gate? Because
I know Baldur's Gate is like number 2 on the concurrent players list on Steam right now or something, right? Like
that's so. Yeah, I think there's something up with this list because it does not show Baldur's Gate at all. It does, and it's showing the top 20 selling games. So. I don't know. I don't know if they just like IGN wasn't paying attention and this list is like just not including.
Maybe it's because Baldur's Gate released the month before, but then came out on PS5 that month or something.
Oh, it did come out to PS5 that month.
Yeah.
No, because they came out the same month.
Or was it just earlier in the month?
Yeah. It was like earlier on. So that they should
know.
definitely be involved in this list. So I don't know. I don't really trust this list, but I would say it's probably the second best selling, just based off of my own like thought here. But according to this article, it was number 1. But and Baldur's Gate wasn't even in the top 20. Yeah, it's like okay. But anyways, let's see what else we got here. We saw the Nintendo Switch version of Hogwarts Legacy. Looks pretty good.
Does look pretty good.
Now, this is some interesting news. Also, I think Diablo 4 is going to go free to play on Xbox next.
Really? On Xbox?
Only on Xbox, I think.
Like you have to be on the console?
I think so. Hold on. I could be making that up. I could be making all of this up. Hold on.
They should just throw it on Game Pass. Fuck, free to play.
Let me see. Diablo 4 free to play. Let's see. Diablo 4 is free on Xbox this weekend. Okay, wait.
Just for the weekend?
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, all Xbox users can play Diablo 4 for free for like just the weekend. Or it's like, yeah, that's dumb. I thought it was going free to play. It's like
that's a lot of gigabytes to download for just one weekend of fucking.
Yeah, for like 10 hours of gameplay in Diablo. But anyways, Phil Spencer really wants someone within Xbox Game Studios to make a new Hexen game. First, he wore that Hexen t-shirt at the Xbox Game Showcase earlier this year, and now he's name-dropping Hexen repeatedly as a franchise he wants someone within Xbox to revisit somehow.
What the fuck is Hexen?
It was like a first-person shooter that nobody played. I'm pretty sure. I think
I've never even heard of this game, dude.
I mean, I could be completely wrong on what Hexen is. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that, everybody. I should have brought my beeper. Anyways, Hexen Beyond Heretic is a fantasy first-person shooter video game developed by Raven Software and published by id Software through GT Interact. Hold on 1 second. I think I locked the door.
Sorry, technical difficulties here. We've got a wild animal going wild in the studio. But yeah, we're gonna learn about Hexen very shortly. So stay tuned for the Hexen information.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay. We're back live.
He's just gonna join in every fucking episode. No, but so Raven Software made the game back in 1995.
Oh.
And it was made in the Doom engine. So.
Oh, okay.
It's another Doom game, but it's like set in like a fantasy first person, like, so it's got like magic and like fantasy weapons and shit like that rather than
Cool.
than
That
Doom.
actually sounds pretty tight.
Yeah, it's got a 9 out of 10 on Steam and a 4.3 out of 5 on.
I wonder
on
how much it
GOG.
costs.
That's probably cheap as fuck
I'll look it up.
because it's old. It's an old game, but yeah, it's crazy that Raven Software was around back then, making games.
Wow, look at that. That's wild.
Yeah, so apparently he wants that be
Old school avowed.
yeah. But it says, and now he's name dropping Hexen repeatedly, blah, blah, blah. But Spencer notes only if the team doing so is genuinely passionate about it or whatever other older franchise they're plucking from Xbox's catalog to refresh. Speaking on the official Xbox podcast, Spencer spoke on the company's strategy for how it allocates its own catalog of IPs to its development studios, reassuring that Xbox isn't out there compelling anyone to revive older franchises they aren't interested in. He said he frequently meets with Xbox teams to learn what they're passionate about and is happy to let teams dig into the Xbox vault for franchises they're personally interested in, which I find that pretty cool. He said, I just don't think that a team working on something that isn't their passion leads to the best results. So I might have my list of things from my memories and history that I want to see made again. Everybody will. When I just think about, not just about Activision Blizzard King, you add in Bethesda, you add in Xbox's history, Rare, the amount of franchises that we now have in our portfolio is kind of inspiring. It's daunting. And I feel that we have to be a great custodian for the content that we touch. These are memories for people on different platforms, different decades, and I want to make sure that when we're going back and visiting something, that we do it with our complete ability. A motivated team that wants to go work on something and make a difference, not just create something for financial gain or create something for a PR announcement and not deliver, which up until this point, you guys haven't really been doing that. But, but they do own a shit ton of old IP, including the Tony Hawk franchise now.
Wow.
All that stuff. They got Tony Hawk, they got Guitar Hero, they got Hexen, they got Conker's Bad Fur Day, they got which my mind is blown that we still have not gotten a new Conker's Bad Fur Day by this point.
Yeah.
Like Chris Seaver is still alive. It's still kicking. He's on Twitter. He's just chilling. Like the guy who wrote the entire first game, did all the voice acting and everything. Like just call him, bring him into Xbox, make the sequel. He already wrote the entire sequel back in the day.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand what they're waiting on. Like, anyways, so yeah, and another thing he mentioned, he reiterates, now that we own Call of Duty over at Xbox, he's still doing the 100% parity across all platforms for Call of Duty. I don't know how that's fucking possible. A 100% parity. What is it? You can't say things like that. That just doesn't make sense. Like you can't have 100% parity of even Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 that's about to come out. There's no way you could have that same game
on the Switch.
It's just impossible. Even through streaming, it's not 100% parity because the streaming's going to not
laggy.
Yeah, it's going to be like they could sue you for anything. They could literally be like, this isn't 100% parity. I want my Switch to play like a Series X.
Yeah, you got a good point. I mean, maybe they know something that we don't know. Like the Switch 2 is going to drop in the next few months or something. Or not drop, but like, maybe it's coming out sooner than we expect. It's soon enough to drop a Modern Warfare 3 on it without breaking their parity clause or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, maybe Modern Warfare 3 came out a little later, but, like, it still came to Switch, you know what I mean, technically.
Or maybe their lawyers know, like, a little bit more about the legal term parity. And maybe they're like, yeah, we're going by the legal term. That means, you're going to be playing it in 440. Like, I don't know. But we'll see. So Microsoft has announced the second wave of games coming to Xbox Game Pass in October 2023. Which is actually pretty dope. Check this out. Revealed on Xbox Wire, the already announced Like a Dragon Ishin is available.
I've been meaning to check that out.
Yeah, that one's dope. It got the Yakuza spinoff Or wait, but that's the Yakuza spinoff.
Yeah, that is a
But we're
Yakuza.
also getting City Skylines 2
Okay.
on
That's pretty
PC.
cool. That's like
Game Pass.
that's a day one release, huh?
Yeah, October 24th.
Cool.
And then we're getting Dead Space, the remake.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, so like that's dope. Like I'm glad I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming to game. It's EA.
No, yeah.
I was like at some point.
It's
So
hella good too. Like you'll have fun with that. It's a good Halloweeny type
exactly.
game,
That's what I was thinking. And that's coming the 26th for PC and console Game Pass.
That's dope. You're in for a treat.
And then that's about it. There's some other games, but none of them worth mentioning. So
Dead Space remake is fucking sick, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very excited for everybody to get to play that.
I'm excited to play it actually. What else we got? We got anything else worth talking about here? Halo. Oh yeah. This is good for nobody because it doesn't really matter, but Halo Infinite is enjoying a modest resurgence following the release of Season 5 Reckoning for the multiplayer. Developer 343 Industries' first-person shooter had hovered around the 7,000 concurrent player mark on Valve's platform in the run-up to this week's launch of the Flood-fueled Season 5. According to SteamDB, Halo Infinite then spiked on October 18th with 18,000 concurrents, which is still not that great, but that's the game's highest peak since the launch of Season 2 some 17 months ago, and enough players for Halo Infinite to crack Steam's top 50 most played games based on concurrents. Yeah, so that's pretty bad. But it's good for them, you know?
It's just hard to play fucking Halo Infinite when you could be playing fucking Modern
million
Warfare
other
or
things.
something, you know? Like,
Yeah.
there's so many better shooters now, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep. I have seen the people that do play it, though. They're like, the content's really great for the multiplayer, but I'm like, I don't care if the content's great if no one's there. Like, I don't want to go play against the same, like, keep running into the same people, you know. It's like a waste of time. Like, whenever you're putting time into an online multiplayer, you want to be a part of, like, what's happening, you know. You don't want to be like you and 7,000 other people across the entire world playing. Like, that's insane. But I mean, that's only Steam numbers, so I'm sure there's more than that, like on Xbox and
it's probably
Game
way
Pass.
more popular on Xbox consoles.
Yeah, I would think so. Let me see. This one I just brought in because it's weird. Now, a 38-year-old Tokyo resident has been arrested on stalking charges, including on social media and, more unusually, in multiplayer video game Final Fantasy XIV.
They arrested him for stalking somebody in Final Fantasy XIV?
Well, I think it was probably across other things as well, like the social media and stuff like that.
That's pretty terrifying if you're, like, just scared of some dude that's stalking you on Facebook, and then you log into Final Fantasy, and he's just standing there. Stalker guy 443.
Stalker guy. Yeah, as reported by Kobe News, translated by Siliconera, and verified by IGN, Japanese police arrested a man for behavior that violates Japanese's anti-stalking control law. The man has been accused of sending a 28-year-old woman threatening messages. It's unclear how much of the alleged activity took place within Final Fantasy XIV itself, where players can message each other while roaming the world, but the man was also accused of using social media websites like Twitter and Line to send messages. In the game, however, the man also allegedly followed the victim's character around without permission while sending unwanted messages and continued to follow her even after being blocked. I don't know how that's possible. The messages...
Sorry, it's not funny. It's just
it's crazy.
It's insane.
The messages sent in Final Fantasy XIV and on social media allegedly urged the woman to speak with the man and not neglect him. Otherwise, he would tell her family about their prior private conversations. The man has denied some of the charges made against him and said he has no romantic feelings towards the woman. Sir, you were stalking her. You know, like I don't think that. You know, that doesn't make any sense. Anyways, but yeah,
it's honestly way scarier.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like I have no feelings for this person.
No romantic feelings.
Yeah, just deadly.
I've got feelings though.
Goodness. But yeah, so watch out if you're playing Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah. Stalker Guy 43 may be there.
Creepy, man. You know, I followed people around. In Fallout. What's the online one? 76. and just being creepy, just creeping on them.
Yeah, but I imagine you weren't sending threatening messages.
No, I wasn't.
Like specifically targeting girls.
No,
like
I wasn't doing that either.
That's good. That's good. Good to know here at GameSpeak we don't do that.
Yeah. No, we don't do that.
No, but I find it funny that this 38-year-old man, like, how did he know to find her on? Like, they must have had some kind of prior conversation to where she was like, "Yeah, I play Final Fantasy 14."
This, you know what I mean?
Yeah, not to say that like it's okay, but I mean, I just want to know how he knew to find her in Final Fantasy 14. Does she have the same like?
Maybe they met on
name?
Final Fantasy 14 and started talking in real life, and then she realized this guy's fucking weird, and then stopped talking to him. You know? What I mean?
just imagine like she's playing, and then like you see like a bush like far away, and like he's just kind of like sitting behind the bush. She's like talking to other people.
Solid Snake, fucking in a cardboard box, just.
He's got like emotes he paid for that, like where he hides in boxes and stuff, and like there's like other people there like, hey, get out of here, man. It's just like
there's some people on VR chat that need to get arrested for real,
and we don't have that kind of law apparently. The incel laws, but Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 launches this week with a number of issues, Konami has said. Post-launch updates are planned to address them. Konami provided IGN with a list of these issues, which let's see what they said. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection... what was the problem? Let's start with the bonus content for the Metal Gear and Snake's Revenge NES ports. In the bonus content videos, the timing of some subtitles doesn't match up with the audio. Konami said it's planning to patch that. Yeah, a post-launch patch.
We're gonna patch that.
We're gonna patch that. Moving on to MSX2 versions of Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2. A future patch will add the ability to switch between windowed and full screen mode from the options menu in the title screen. Across Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, bug fixes are also planned specifically on MGS2. Konami warned the game may significantly slow down in certain cutscenes, which sounds worrying. A patch to reduce processing load is planned. There's also a slight delay to the timing for a certain visual effect, with a patch to correct it to match the original game due out at some point. And finally, switching between windowed and full screen mode from the options menu on the title screen is planned for a future update. And specifically on Metal Gear Solid 3, there are typos in the subtitles for the original England, France, Italy, German, and Spain EU versions. The timing for a scene and background music to trigger in a certain cutscene is slightly different from the original game too. A patch to sort all of this out alongside the, yes, you guessed it, ability to switch between windowed and full screen mode is planned. And so they have a bunch of shit coming.
Yeah, sounds like a shit show. Sounds like a cash grab.
Oh,
sounds
definitely.
like you're better off playing the fucking ROM on an emulator.
Most def.
You know?
Yeah, that's probably the best way to play it. That's the way I'm playing it. But yeah, all of that, and that's it for the video game news. I was gonna say, I forgot to mention, I've been watching Mr. Robot for the first time.
Oh, it's really good.
It's a really good show.
What season are you in?
Still in the first season. I just got
cool.
to the part where he got what's his face out of jail, but I'm not gonna say anything.
You're in for a treat.
Yeah, it
really
just
gets
good.
better and better. It's a really good show. Everybody does a good job. There's no like weak links or anything in the show. I feel like it's really well made.
Yeah, they got like the what's the guy from American Psycho? Like it literally feels like that guy's a character in it.
Yeah.
You know, there's like the first episode was like The Matrix to me. Like it was just like, you know, it was kind of plotted out like The Matrix. You got Christian Slater, who's Morpheus, who shows
very
up.
Matrixy.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
But the overall feeling of it is like Breaking Bad. Like it's like a mix.
That's the perfect fucking description. It's The Matrix and Breaking Bad
just put together. Yeah, it's really great so far, and it's the first show in a long time where I'm like that's not an anime or something where I'm actually. Every night I'm like, okay, let's watch another episode.
The first season is like a masterpiece, and the second season is also really good.
Does it get worse or something?
No.
Oh, okay.
It stays really solid. I don't know if I watched the third season though, if there is a third season.
I think there's 4 seasons.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen past. I don't know if I've seen. Actually, no. Yeah, the third season is also really good. But
okay.
I don't remember the 4th season. Fucking, I must have.
You didn't finish the show?
Yeah, I didn't finish the show.
Okay.
But it's really, you're going to love the first 2 seasons for
sure.
sure.
I'm already digging it. I'm digging it a lot. Anyways, Let's jump on over to this week's hot releases. We got City Skyline 2 coming to Game Pass and PC on October 24th. We got Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 coming to Switch, PS5, Series S and X, and PC on October 24th. And then we got Alan Wake 2 coming to PS5, Series S and X, PC, October 27th. And that is it for this week's gaming releases.
Except for the one game that really matters, man.
Which one's that?
UFC 5, dude.
Oh, it wasn't on the upcoming games list.
It comes out on the 27th, but you can play it fucking. You can play it early.
Let me see
if you fucking pre-order it or whatever. But UFC 5 coming out. That's the one I'm excited about.
I'm going back to the upcoming games list that I get this from. I want to see if it's actually on there, and I just like.
Nobody really gives a shit about UFC games, man. I don't know what it is. Like, they don't get reviewed by IGN, or they don't get fucking love. They don't get a PC port ever. But they're made with so much care and fucking love. You know what I mean? They're like great games. They're just as good as any sports game. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, IGN doesn't even have it on their upcoming games list at all.
So weird, bro.
Yeah.
Because, like, people are already playing it. People are already on the early release shit right now.
Maybe
you know
it came out maybe it's like from no, it's not on here at all. That's interesting. But yeah, so we got that too.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's the number. I think Alan Wake 2 might be the most important.
Well, no, yeah, maybe to everybody else in the world.
So you're more excited for UFC 5 than Alan Wake 2?
You know how many hundreds of hours I've spent playing UFC 4, bro? Like,
yeah.
Versus the 30 hours or so I've spent playing Alan Wake 1.
Hey, you said you beat it 3 times, so that's probably a good 30 hours. It's about 10 hours long, yeah. I thought it was going to be long. All right, take us to Chat GP trivia.
All right, here we go. Get ready for some Chat GP trivia. Sorry, give me a second. I got to pull it up.
No problem. Yeah, you pull that up. I'm going to wait here and, awkwardly talking to the mic. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Jamel.
All right, here we go.
All right. What's the concept?
We need to. Oh, I got to log in. I'm sorry.
No.
Just kidding.
Oh.
Sorry, I should have been better prepared.
You're good. I'm just patting the GameSpeak dog 2.0. This is Farley was the original GameSpeak dog. Now we got GameSpeak dog 2.
All right, here we go.
The sequel.
Let's see. Oops.
The squeakquel.
All right, let's see. Give me trivia based on Disney Channel original
God.
movies.
The classics. Yeah. I hope it doesn't bring stuff from like the newer ones because I'll have no idea.
All right, get ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. What Disney Channel original movie featured a teenage pop star who goes back to high school?
Is this one I would know?
It's from 2010, so probably not.
No, that's like put from the 2000s. Like put like tell.
I'm not gonna redo it, but I'll only do the ones that are from.
Okay, I was gonna say you can't tell it to like.
Honestly, 2010's right on the edge, bro. That's
I was 18 years old in 2010. I was.
We
not
were in
watching.
high school, dog.
Yeah, but graduating. Like I was not watching a Disney
I'm just
Channel.
saying, bro.
What's it start with? Like, what's the first letter?
It's. I'll just tell you.
No. Just give me the letter.
We'll never get this.
Give me the letter. Give me the letter.
It's an S.
Is it like sun something?
No.
Is sky something?
No.
Okay.
What kind? No. It's. I'll just tell you.
Yeah, tell me.
It's Starstruck.
No, I
the
have
2010
no
Disney
clue.
original film. I've never heard of that one either.
Me
so, to
either.
be fair, I haven't heard of a lot of these. To be fair, but I figure this one is an early. This one's from 2000. Okay, I'll tell you.
I got that.
I'll tell you the year before I even tell you the question.
I like
okay?
that. I like that.
In which movie do two siblings discover a hidden tropical paradise?
A hidden tropical paradise?
It's going to have nothing to do with the fucking name of the movie. I don't even know how this is fucking...
Two.
I've never.
You said twins?
Two siblings
Two
discover
siblings.
a hidden tropical paradise. I've never seen this movie. I've never heard of this movie. But I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It seems to be Christmas related.
What the fuck?
I know.
And it's a tropical paradise in Christmas.
Allegedly. This is Chat GP trivia. Anything could be we never know.
2000.
From the year 2000.
Okay.
We went to the year 2000.
3000. We went to 3000. Just kidding. I guess give me the first letter.
I'll give you the first two words and you're still not going to get it.
That's a lie.
The ultimate.
Yeah, I'm not going to get it. What is it?
The ultimate Christmas present from the year 2000.
I've literally never heard of that.
Me either. I've never heard of it. All right. This one you and I have both heard of, though. It's from the year 2006.
Okay.
Okay. What does DCOM stand for?
Disney Channel original movie.
Okay. What DCOM
DCOM
follows a young girl who meets a mermaid and helps her reunite with her family?
Oh, that's fuck. Is that the it's called like The Last or something?
No, you're thinking of The Last Mermaid.
Yeah, is it not that?
It's not The Last Mermaid.
It's about a chick who meets a mermaid. It's not the.
You'll know the title whenever I say it. You'll be like, "Oh my god, I've seen that advertised on the Disney Channel while I was watching Disney Channel original content."
I probably don't, because the only one I remember is the guy who's like a swimmer.
All right, I'm gonna give
and
you
it turns out he was adopted.
I'm gonna give you the first letter. Okay,
all right.
It starts with an A. It's only one word.
A. Angela.
All right, I'm just gonna tell you. It's Aquamarine.
I never seen that. I've never even heard of that.
You never saw the trailer for that?
No,
back in the day?
dude. No.
Well, that was whenever we were like, 8th grade or something like that. So,
Dude, I'm pissed that it didn't give me the correct mermaid decom.
All right, there's no way you're going to miss this one.
Okay.
Which Disney Channel original movie tells the story of a high school basketball player who magically switches talent with his dog?
Air Bud.
No, like he switches place with the dog. Like he goes into the dog's body and the dog goes into his body.
Dude, maybe I'm just not as versed on Disney Channel original movies as I thought I was. Is it?
This one's from 2001.
Okay. Is it called like something? Is it like a pun? Like, is the name like a pun on like something dog related?
No.
Or is it like, basket paws?
Honestly, like, I don't even remember like the plot of the movie. I just remember this being a movie. It says it's The Luck of the Irish from 2001.
Wait, that's about him going into his dog?
I guess so. I don't really
Hold
remember
on.
the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up. I remember this movie.
That's what I'm saying. I remember the movie, but I don't remember what happens in the movie. You know what I mean?
The Irish.
Again, this is Chat GP trivia. It
Hold
could
on.
just be
Hold
totally
on.
full of shit.
I think it's wrong.
Is it wrong?
A teenager must battle for a gold charm to keep his family from being controlled by an evil leprechaun.
What?
Yeah, I was. That's
It didn't have anything to do with the
no.
dog?
That's. I was like, that's not a real thing.
So okay, I can't do this, man. ChatGPT trivia is just making up things, man.
But at least I know that one's made up, because like as soon as you said the dog thing, I'm like,
dude, here's another one that's wrong. Okay.
Okay. All right. Read it to me.
All right. I'm gonna tell you the answer first. Okay.
Okay.
You know what? Fuck this. I'm not even gonna read. Like, I'm not even going to give you trivia anymore. I'm just going to tell you these hilarious things, okay?
Okay.
The answer from this one is 1999's Smart House, okay? We've all seen Smart House. We love Smart House. You know what I mean?
It's a wonderful movie.
Tell me if this description of Smart House works for you. What DCOM features a teenager who turns her family's house into a bed and breakfast to save it from being sold? That never happened in Smart House.
Also, it's
what the fuck?
Amel is the main character. Like,
yeah, what? There's nothing like Smart House.
What is it? What's the next one? Give me the question to the next one. Maybe it'll be right.
No. They're all wrong.
Oh, they're all wrong?
I'm realizing now that this is probably the worst one we've ever done.
Can you tell it like these are all wrong? Give me 3 more, and like let me do 3.
No.
I just need 3.
They're all gonna be wrong. Okay, hold up.
Yeah, give me 3.
All right, let me just tell it.
Yeah.
These are all incorrect.
He mixed Air Bud with the like.
Give me 3 more and make sure they are accurate.
I'm sorry, Brent. I was just fucking with you. Here, we'll do some real ones.
All right, here we go. Oh, okay. This one's a real one. Okay, hold up. We got one that actually is real here. Okay. All right. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right. In which Disney Channel original movie do 2 girls magically switch bodies and have to live in each other's lives for a day?
The Parent Trap.
No.
Wait, Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday.
Okay, sorry. There's only 2. Wait, I don't know why I said switching their bodies. My bad. Yeah.
I think it's because the chick who was in Freaky Friday was in Parent Trap.
Was she?
I think so, right?
I don't know if it was Lindsay Lohan.
They did like a modern Freaky Friday.
Yeah, and it had what's her face in it?
It wasn't Lindsay Lohan?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I know it had the lady from Halloween in it. It was Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow, her boyfriend in it was Chad Michael Murray.
Okay. All right, here's another one that may or may not be accurate.
Okay.
What DCOM features a teenager who discovers a magic necklace that grants her wishes but leads to unexpected consequences?
That's not a Disney Channel original movie. I'm sorry. That's not a thing. What is it? What does it say?
It says Wish Upon a Star from 1996.
Okay, maybe it is one. That's way before like I would remember things. Wish.
Look up the synopsis so we can see if this is accurate or not.
Okay. Wish Upon a Star is a 1996 television film directed by Blair Trow, written by blah, blah, blah. The film focuses on two teenage sisters who magically swap bodies after wishing on a shooting star.
Well, that's not right at all.
No.
All right. Damn it, dude. ChatGPT.
That's all right. Just give me the last one.
So ChatGPT just doesn't understand how to make trivia out of Disney Channel original movies.
Yeah, there's probably not enough information on the internet, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, what's the last one?
The last, I don't even know how to, like, this one's for 2010. Hang on, let me find one of the older shitty ones.
Okay.
Those are at least funny.
DCOM. I also don't like how it calls them DCOMs.
Yeah, no, me either. Honestly, these are all terrible. We're just going to have to try again next time.
That's all right. Hey, we tried. But remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can catch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to join us in the rest of the GameSpeak community at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast and check out our other video content on YouTube. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me. I actually don't have a Twitter account anymore. But you can find Brent at Brent Has One. That's the number 1. And Devin at Devondrius. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners.